ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Belmont, back with another episode of Power Vacuum. And I honestly didn't think I was going to be talking about this subject again so soon, but it just seems like Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree just can't stay out of the news. Or maybe it's just slow news days and people are still talking about it. It is a FromSoft DLC, so I understand that's kind of always a big deal. But I saw this article and I was like, all right, I got to say something. This is just one of those situations where you're never going to please people, it seems. So some of you may remember these headlines. We got Forbes here. Shadow of the Erdtree. Too hard. Bandai Namco says, get blessings. That's kind of funny. Over on IGN, is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree too difficult? Community opinion over FromSoft's latest DLC is split. But is there more to it than just get good? Then you got Fextra Life. Is Shadow of the Erdtree too hard? How to manage Elden Ring difficulty. Those are all the normal things you've been hearing lately. And then I saw this from the Games Radar, and I was like, oh man, what the heck? I was robbed of the fight. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree player suffers an empty victory after the final boss glitches out and takes 32,000 damage in one hit. And they're showing a nice little clip here, but here's what the story. Here's what the beginning of the story says. An Elden Ring player got incredibly lucky fighting the final boss in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, winning the battle due to a glitch that dealt 32,000 damage in a single hit and felled the otherwise extremely challenging enemy in an instant. I say lucky, but that doesn't seem to be how Reddit user Neuroshirk feels about the situation. What the F? I was robbed of the fight. Reads a Reddit post showing an incredibly imposing, promising consort, Radon, being taken down in a single glitchy hit. Yeah, that's. I don't need to read the story. The headline says it all. With so many people out there complaining about how hard this is, for there to be a glitch that lets you defeat the boss in a single hit shows me that there's just no pleasing people. One, if it's a glitch that can happen, it's probably a glitch that can be exploited, and you're probably going to have players out there showing people how to do the glitch so they can get through and beat this DLC with no issues and no problem and no challenge and no effort. I wouldn't be surprised if what's his name? Sekiro Guru has already cracked the glitch and figured out how to do it so everyone else can enjoy it. For those of you that like, exploiting game things, sometimes they're funny to see. Like, I tried the Demon of Hatred glitch to see if it was real, and it was kind of funny how he just jumps to his death. It's not satisfying victory, though. It was definitely more satisfying the first time I beat him after, 20-something runs, hours of grueling battle, running in circles, fighting this giant flaming monstrosity. But you just, this article, I saw it and I was like, I got to talk about this. You're never going to make anyone happy when it comes to difficult games, because either people are going to complain about it being too difficult, or somebody's going to find an exploit and they're going to complain about it being too easy. And being like, I was robbed of the fight. Like, were you really robbed of the fight? Like, yeah, I guess you were, if you're into the, grind of the game. But I assume you had to do everything else the hard way. So you're just getting a free pass at the ending in this case. And it's not like you can't make a new character and go through. And, I don't know exact details of what Nershik, if that's how your name is pronounced, if you made a new character for the DLC. I doubt it, with as quickly as it's been released and as quickly as this article came out. But anytime FromSoft puts out a new DLC, personally, I make a new character to run through the DLC. I go through the whole game again and I do the DLC, but that's just my style. I don't know what other people do. I don't expect them to do everything that I do or to do it the way that I do. I just think it's more fun to start fresh with a new character when something new comes out, especially when it's like something that's long waiting. Like, it's been 2 years since Elden Ring came out, if you can believe that. Elden Ring dropped in 2022 and the DLC came out in 2024. That's plenty of time for you to forget most of the aspects of the game, start a new character from scratch and run through it all again. And the thing with FromSoft games, it's like muscle memory. It all comes back to you. You start figuring out what to do. You remember where things are. You remember how to do certain things. And with Elden Ring, it's open world. I mean, if you want, you can just blitz boss after boss after boss, run straight through the main story, get to the DLC, and run straight through that. Now, I don't know how other people do it, but that's kind of what I do with certain things. I don't know. I restarted Elden Ring, and I'm just kind of grinding my way through the game. I think I'm up to like level 90 with my character right now. And I don't know. I like exploring the world. I'm finding things I never even saw before, or areas I never even went to because I didn't have enough of the whatever they are, the stone swords that you put into the gargoyles to open random dungeons. Some of those I just skipped over because I didn't have access to them at the time. But yeah, just this article. I would say it cracked me up, but it didn't. I was just like, oh, jeez. We have to complain about everything, don't we? We have to complain about it being too hard. We have to complain about it being too easy. We have to complain. I'm sure there's an article about there where people are like, it's just a grind because it's in the middle of the road. It's not too hard. It's not too easy. I'm sure that article exists. I haven't looked for it. But, FromSoft is known for making quality games, known for making big, huge DLCs that expand the game a massive amount, and this isn't any different. And when you're that big and that good of a game company, you're going to have haters on all sides. And that's just what this is. And that's all I have to say for today. Belmont out.